I don't know how to actually go live on this thing. I don't know how to go live. Am I live? I'm not. Hello? Yeah, I'm live. I just don't know how to get my camera on the screen. I've no, Why does my camera not work? 209 people watching a fucking logo. Hey! I use this shit. StreamYard. So OBS is still not working, so I can't do screen sharing, I can't do Stream Deck buttons, so I can't do the Wii's and the Raras and all of that stuff. But we do have a board for Tuesday Legends. So anyone that subs, no, that's Twitch talk. Anyone that drops a membership or whatever, you go with the Tuesday board. I'll take a photo of it, stick it in the Discord for until the next live. Is it the deck that's broke? No, it's my OBS that's broke, and I have no idea why. No idea why. And I've only ever used StreamYard like 3 times. Until either Mini Geek or Mrs. Geek wrote that. I wrote that! Who said that? CRL. Wait, how do I get chat on this? There. Watch now. See? See? Even if I'd gone live on Streamlabs, it would have been the same as this because I don't have my Stream Deck or all of my programs and video files and everything loaded into it. I've seen streamers destroy their setups over OBS. It's come close. It has come close. Too far away from the screen? I'm no further away than I normally am. It's just the way this layout is, I think. Can you do a long word? No. Are we going to be playing charades? No, it's a board. Tuesday Legends, not charades. Can't play charades on a whiteboard. What are you on about? Glasgow, I'm not uninstalling OBS and then reinstalling it because I'll have to put everything back in, which with all the stuff I've got is for 3 or 4 hours work, and then resetting all my microphone filters and nah. Go rely on your personality tonight. Good luck. What a dick. Dust predictions. What? Did you break OBS for? You shouldn't do that. Dust predictions, thank you for the $5, but OBS hates me. You're just prod, okay? Just prod. I'm lazy and I gotta stretch. Who's mean? Hang on. Mr. Kenny Biddle, good afternoon to you. It is afternoon where you are, right? Before I was behind, I think. Didn't even know it was Tuesday. Oh, do you know what? I did that investigation on Saturday, Halloween. I thought it was Friday. And then Sunday, I didn't realise was actually Sunday. You export your OBS settings to a file to import them back in as you reinstall it, can you? Ooh. If I can do that. Have you found out what's gone wrong? No. I've put a ticket in for it. I've done everything. This happened before, and then it just randomly fixed itself. Nice blouse. Jennifer Taylor, it's not a blouse. Put your name on the board. Be nice. Glasgow Ghost Hunters, OBS, only Beardo sucks. Thanks to the $4.99. Better. Can we get a live reenactment of the? Unfortunately, you can't because it's in the garage. Cass McDonald, thank you for the $4.99. A certain copyright strike loving channel thinks I'm funny for knowing UK internet law, which is funny because I think he's insert where a comment here. Oh, Cass, I would like to, but I will get in trouble. I'll get in trouble. If we're naughty, do our names get written on the board? No. No, Joe Vitale, hello. OBS is open broadcasting software. And it's what I run all of my live streams off, and I have for nearly 7 years. And it causes, this year, has caused me nothing but problems. Nothing but problems. Have you been watching Welcome to Dairy? I've only watched the first one. Mrs. Geek's on a run of nights. So I'm not watching the next one until Mrs. Geek is off. Laura Lee, thank you for the £2. It's not a naughty board. This is the nice board. There is no naughty board. I'm not taking the time to write people's names down when they're being horrible. Richard Larson, thank you for the 20. Appreciate you. Me too, Richard. Tattooed Loz, thank you very much for the 4 months. Blame the wasabi. Never eaten that again. Need a bigger board. Dandalf, how are you doing? Hope you're well. Don't get him angry. You at the back. Spit that chewing gum out. The board is the nice people board. These are all people that have been legends on a Tuesday so far. The board is actually, I bought the board for a new prop for videos. Jana, thank you for the 8 months. I'm not saying that. I'll ruin it. Thank you, Jan, for the 8 months. Weird Fox, like, looking at crap Bob Ross on that. Wow. Wow. You're all legends, but I'm going to do something else because I'm going to stream buttons. But the board is being used in videos. And I know I said I was going to do it, but I've done a little Simon Colby stint with right house, wrong house, bullshit. And I wipe the board, and then I go up Mind Seed, and then I wipe the board, and then I have a pop of something else. But then I actually used it for a debunk today for a video that's probably not out until next week to describe what I was describing with the circle of fear. Sarah L, thank you for $4.99. Peter likes mayo in his feet. He absolutely does not. Does not. Unfortunately, I can't talk about Justin's podcast from last night because I missed it trying to fix this piece of shite. I still use a whiteboard exactly like the one you have. You know what? It's great, and it's made it into one of the videos until you've got to slide it and the back caves in and the back pole sticks in your leg while it's collapsing. Bloody hurt. Those damn crows are at Download. Awesome band. Awesome band. The Wrong House is so emblematic of the whole bullshit. Do you know what? I can't believe they were that stupid. It's not that this. I refuse to believe that they didn't know they were in the wrong house. And obviously I can't prove it, but my thought on it is they wanted to go to the original house, were possibly told no, but the neighbour went, how many grand? I'll fucking take it. And they thought they could pull the wool. But Kenny Biddle, like, hey, wrong house. I was there a couple of weeks ago. Idiots. He didn't call them idiots. Only I do things like that. Who's in the wrong house? Sam and Colby. They went to. If you want to see the full break, I've only covered it for a comedy skit. If you want to see the full breakdown of it, Kenny Biddle has been there, knows which house it is, and then the side-eye guy did a video of Kenny's research with Kenny's blessing and all. Kind of like a collab, really, I guess. But yeah. Atrix Blue, thank you for the $49.99. Holy shit, I would love to anti-slap that muppet that wants copyright strike you. Did you all look into slap? He says he's a classic. I saw something else then. I'm so behind. Hey, no wonder the other guys get so fucking have to crow the chat and shit. John Boy, thank you. So once we've done like the initial intro and everything, if somebody wants to jump on with me and you're in the Discord or on my Facebook friends list, oh wait, can I do this off Facebook? I'll send a link out. Preferably a content creator, so there's something to talk about. Because now and again, somebody random will say, "Oh, come on," and then they do that. Oh yeah, nice in here, isn't it? It's like, yes, your living room. Hey Kenny, if you want to jump on, absolutely. How do I share this? Wait, what's that? StreamYard key, copy. Right. Chat amongst yourselves. I've got no plan, Randolph. No plan. I mean, we could talk about what's that? Whoa. I gone live on Bing? Facebook. Any incoming? Actually, it'd be a good idea to get Kenny on because we can ask him about. I've seen basically why he was there. He just went for the shits and giggles, I think. See if you can get in. Oh man, I never use Facebook on my PC. There's the notifications and stuff. Alert. What? Somebody tried hacking my Facebook again. Inbox. That's what I wanted. Oh my god, I'm so bad at this. Paste. Send. There you go, Kenny. Link has been sent over to you. Hell week, hell month bullshit was absurd. Do you know what? The Magnus Opus. Their Magnus Opus was meant to be going to the Smurl house. That hasn't been investigated since 1989? Something like that. That's the Grand Opus. And they fucked it. They're in the wrong house. Daniel Green, thank you very much. Look at all you legends. Oh, we've already got a Biddle.
Hey, what's
Hello,
up, buddy?
How are you doing?
Pretty good. Pretty good. How are you?
Oh, living the dream apart from OBS not working. I'm lost without my buttons. Like Justin said, I've got to rely on my personality. I don't have one.
Yeah, like sometimes we got to scrape the bottom of the barrel.
Absolutely. So what have you been up to apart from the biggest debunk on Sam and Colby.
Dude, that was so Sag sent me a message because a while, like maybe 2 months ago, I went down. My second time I went down to that area. I spoke with a neighbor.
Yeah.
And then she was really nice. She was really cool. She hooked me up with a renter, a tenant that used to be in the side that Sam and Colby went in.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, cool. I went over, I talked to her. I spoke with her a little bit. She had she believes in a little bit of it. And she thought that her side was where everything happened. Like she was under the impression, and I had to actually show her records and say, no, it wasn't you. It was the other side.
All right.
So that's why there's a possibility that Sam and Colby were just misinformed. And they were told, it was backwards, but I have all the records. I have everything that shows clearly, including photographs of the family in front of that door, in front of their front door. So yeah, as soon as they walked up the porch, I was like, oh, look at that. Not only are they on the wrong side, but they deliberately blurred out the address on the mailbox. But they didn't do that in the picture beforehand.
See, a lot of people were saying, oh, maybe they didn't know. And it's like, no, they knew. They must have known to have blurred it. I mean, that's just my opinion. I'm not saying that's exactly what happened. But to me, they probably went to the original, got told no. I will go next door then.
Right. And from what I was told, I mean, I spoke with the daughter. She's a high school girl. I spoke with her. She's the daughter of the family that lives in 330, which is the side that's on the left where everything happened.
The other not haunted side.
The other not haunted side because, book deal. But I showed her the pictures. I brought it up to her and she's like, nope, they weren't here. They were not here at all. And honestly, at that time, I wasn't sure if she was being straight with me or not.
Yeah.
Like I didn't know if she was told like specifically, don't say anything to anyone. Don't do this.
Yeah.
And,
so I might be mixing two cases up, but is that the house where Ed said, just make it up, just make it scary because they're all crazy? Or was that a different house?
That was a different house. That was the Snedeker case.
Halton, Connecticut.
Yeah, that's
right.
That's when he told the author, just make it
up. I'm
turn
my back every now and again. I'm just putting people on the board when they're doing donos and stuff.
It's all right. I'm digging the old school whiteboard.
Well, sometimes I'm sat there making my videos and I'm just doing this with my hands and it doesn't translate to anything.
Right.
Because I've been reading a book by Dr. Chris French.
Okay, good.
And he discusses the circle of fear. And I was like, ooh, I like that. And then I watched a Ghost Club paranormal video and I'm like, right, the what they're doing is playing into that. They've primed themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And then these feelings that they're getting after they've been discussing this thing, and then they're priming their audience as well. And I believe they know they're priming their audience with the spooky stuff. And what they've done, I think, is disgraceful because it's Jim Jones. Why? Oh.
Yeah.
So instead of me just rambling, I was like, I actually buy a whiteboard and I can explain things. But then when it came to this little comedy skit about what you and Seg have done, I was like, two really shit drawn houses, and I was like, right house, wrong fucking house, bullshit.
Right. I mean, there's dozens and dozens of newspaper articles. It's right there. You just had to do 5 minutes of research and you're there. So I'll show you. There's my whiteboard.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't have the stand for it, but it's in the window. And I mean, I still rock that because you gotta, it's not, I like writing down notes and keeping them up somewhere I see it when I come in here.
Yeah. Well, I keep all my notes on my PC, but even though I've got 3 monitors, I keep running out of monitors and space, and it's so much easier.
I have wraparound. So, I mean, if I look from this way to this way, and I have screen all around me, but having that up there is perfect because my door is over that way. I come into my office and I see it and I know what I have to do. So keeps reminding me.
Have Sam and Colby commented on it? Not that I've seen, but I haven't really looked. I was too.
I have to check because I did comment on their video itself.
Is your comment still there? Is he priming themselves what every investigator does before going to a location? Not every investigator. I know a lot of investigators go in. Look, Kenny's an investigator, and he doesn't prime himself. Well, he does. Yeah. He primes himself to say bullshit.
Yeah, I mean, my comment is still there. Yes, doesn't look hidden. No response or anything. But yeah, when I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I've started priming myself on purpose because people are saying that if you're scared and if you're freaked out, then you've got more chance of things happening. So I listen to scary, true ghost podcasts to see if it changes anything. And so far, even when I'm primed, nothing.
Right. You know,
priming. Thank you for the 5.
Priming is more or less when you suggest something for something that's ambiguous, or if you're playing a sound like an EVP and you tell the audience, this is what I hear, that's what they're going to hear. When you put it up on screen, that's what they're going to hear because they're going to read that. They're going to associate it with that sound. And then that's what they're going to hear all the time. I mean, I do the proper research. When I go to a location, I look at the history of the place, who's lived there, if there's any events that have been newsworthy, you know, that made the newspapers, notable people that might have been there, just any kind of events, especially when it comes to the claims being made. If there are specific ghosts that people blame all the time, I'm looking them up. Am I priming myself? No, because I'm not taking that information and going in with an expectation.
Yeah.
And going in prepared.
So I had a conversation with, I think it was with Dandalf the other night. I think he was live and I brought it up. And I was like, there's a lot of the ideomotor effect, you know, Ouija boards, it's all the ideomotor effect. And I'm like, well, how come when me and the people that I trust go out and do it, and the planchette never, ever moves?
Yep.
It can't be the ideomotor effect. It has to be that a person is pushing. And then maybe the ideomotor effect takes over after a degree or something. But it seems to me you've got to have somebody there that's willing to get it started.
That's what it is. The ideomotor effect is more it's an unconscious psychological effect. So you're aware of it. That's why it doesn't work on you. You're aware of this effect. You're aware that any movements from you will start the flow. Because if you have 3 or 4 people that have their fingers on it, all you have to do is push it a little bit and everyone will go. They'll just stop. So you're paying attention and you're not moving it yourself. That's why you don't fall for that effect. But if people are believing in it, if they sit down and they believe the Ouija board really works, any little movement is going to make it move. They're going to go with it and say, yo, look.
I mean, as you know, I used to because of an experience I had when I was younger, but I've tried everything. Green Needle Brainstorm.
Yep.
For everyone that's tried that, turn your back to it and try it. Because you'll hear other words.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you don't have to actually hear what they put up on screen. That's just what. No. That's the 2 great choices.
Yeah, it's it's bizarre. So I went out to an event on Sunday, a paranormal event, and I was invited there as a debunker, and they were like, we know you're going to pull stuff apart, but obviously we've got paying guests. We're trying to make it exciting for them, but we're not faking anything. I was like, I know how these events work. I'm not going to shit on anything. I said, but I could give you pointers that could make, even though they're flawed experiments, it could add a little something to them that others are not doing. So they were doing the human pendulum, and they heard my eyes roll back. I was like, you've got that human interaction, and she's answering questions about her daughter who stood there. They both know the answers. Right. It's completely flawed, and everyone else is rolling their eyes. So you've got the Estes kit there. Put the blindfold on them. Put the headphones on them. If she can't hear the questions and she's swaying again answers right, it's exciting for your guests at least. And we know she can't hear it because I tested the headphones out. And they were like, Oh, that's brilliant. Daniel Green, thank you for the £5. Appreciate it. It's still not scientific, but it's
It's much better. Yeah. It's any little bit. I mean, I think that's it's like a gateway for us to work with the community as a whole, because you're not outright just debunking stuff. You're not outright saying, no, you're flawed, you suck. We're not saying that at all to begin with. But you're offering little bits of improvement, and that's how we should be doing it, working together. Because
and I'll be completely honest, it was so much more fun doing all the bullshit. It made the night go so much quicker. But unlike, I'm not slating any teams. All the teams that have invited, not the teams, the event companies inviting me out, they've all been decent. But this team, they were picking our brains, me and Mike from Real Evidence, literally all night. And they were like, how can we make the Estes better? And I was like, well, put them in a different room. It still is audio pareidolia. You may as well just have the spirit box out and shout out wherever everyone hears. It's the same thing.
Right.
But put them in a different room, things like that. The cat balls, I couldn't defend or give a better idea for cat balls.
Just trash them. Put them in the trash, the garbage, throw them out the window. That's the best. The Estes method, that's a good idea, to tell them to go into a different room, because you're right. Like, every time I've been present for that, I've asked the people to just stop asking questions. I guarantee they're going to still spit out words, because that's what they're doing. They're listening for anything that's recognizable. So it's such a flawed and just, it's such a silly method. And I don't like saying it, because it comes off as insulting, but it is a silly method, and it just demonstrates the ignorance of so much of the community.
Yeah, I mean, I went under it because they were like, does anyone want to go under the Estes method? I was like, I've only ever done it once, and I didn't get a single word through, because I got the SP7 and I unscrewed the aerial.
Yeah.
So this time, all right, I'll leave the aerial on, and it was scanning so fast and loud. But I was like, when I came out of it, I was like, I can still hear. I can't hear what's being said, but I can hear the bass of a man's voice.
Right.
So they'll be aware there's questions. So put somebody in a different room, because then they won't know when the questions are coming, and then there's a little bit more control over it.
Right.
But one of the things in this room that's supposed to happen is that you get sworn at, and through the Estes, I can hear it's on the fastest sweep rate it's got. It's all broken and garbled, and I clearly hear over the top of it all, in the strongest Scottish accent, bullshit. It's clearly come from a radio station, and they were all like, but the radio don't say bullshit. I was like, in this day and age, they do. If it's after 7, 8 o'clock at night, they do. Not the mainstream stations, but they swear now. They play songs with language on them now.
And that's something I've always... I have this idea that I don't know if I can bring to fruition, because I don't have the funding for it. But I need to take a radio, or take a radio receiver to a location, and be able to monitor every station that comes in, even remote clear, and record every one of them continuously, like simultaneously, all of them, so that when somebody does hear something like that, we can dial it back 10 seconds and say, all right, let's go through all the stations and find that. And then if we don't find it, then it's something interesting. But for the most part, these are radio stations. That's the flaw.
Yeah, it was fun, and it was really nice for them to want to pick our brains apart. And
that's good.
When they were putting cat balls up in the rafters, and they were like, well, up there it's not going to be echo, and I was like, well, where do you think voices reverberate off? It's a big pointed ceiling, of course it's going to echo up there. I said, but you don't need echo and vibration for cat ball to go off. They will randomly go off. So I obviously took what you taught me, take them apart, and there's 2 little balls in there, and at some point one will move.
Yeah, I got it right there. That's that's it. Yeah.
Because you got the one with the balls in it, and when I first started going back out with my mate Dean, the ones I had a piece of foil in them. And obviously the foil was lifting and dropping in the heat.
Yeah.
I haven't seen any of them, but I guess they were, because they were like £2 or something for 10 of them. And I binned them all, and then one turned up in here the other day.
Yeah. I hate cat balls.
Yeah.
I really do. It's
Yeah, guys, if you do have any questions for, especially Kenny, you ask me questions every day. If you've got any questions for Kenny about whatever, just put a capital Q and then your question, and then we'll pull it up on screen for you guys.
yeah, and feel free to kick me out when you're ready, when you're sick of me.
Oh, I'm good. Team I went with years ago did a spirit box. It was on the AM bandwidth. Nothing came through for ages. It's switched to FM band. All of a sudden, you couldn't shut it up. I should say something. True.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've got a spirit box. I've got an EMF. I've got a REM pod. I've got most of the stuff. And when people see the amount of equipment I've got, I don't take it out with me anymore. But when people say to me, "Why have you got all that equipment if it doesn't work?" It's like, because I can't say it doesn't work if I've never owned it.
Right. Right.
I've got to test it, because obviously when I bought most of it was before I knew you properly, to have been watching your videos and your content to learn about it. But even then, I probably still would have been like, "Oh, I don't know about that." You know, like Dawson. You can say to Dawson something doesn't work, and unless he's got it in his hand, he will not believe our word for it because of his belief system. I'm not slating the guy. He's got to find out for himself, which is absolutely fine.
And I encourage that. I mean, it's you shouldn't. And in most of the videos that I do, when I take apart equipment like that, I tell you straight up, don't take my word for it. You know, here's all the research. You can go fact check me all you want. That's fine. I encourage it. I want you to do it. And also, yeah, if you want to get one of them, I mean, it's you don't know what's really going on until you do get your hands on it, because you have to test it. And to test it, you need to know what can affect it, what can manipulate it, how can you block what manipulates it, and then most important, what's inside. You got to see what's inside, because some of this bullshit that they sell simply does not have the components to do what they claim it can do. That was the
certain companies out there. When I've seen, there's a guy I know called Happy Droid, and I've seen him take things apart, and the cheap shite that's in them, and 3D printed stuff, and they're charging $300 to $400 for something that's cost them $30. Absolute joke. James, that's a Kenny question. Three. I'll go with 4.
Don't know how I know. 3.
What's your opinion on the Amateurville case? I mean, Kenny's got a fantastic video on it. The one that changed my mind.
I do think overall it was a hoax. That it was a story that was cooked up to help generate income, because the family simply couldn't afford to live there. Yeah, so that's the short of it.
So, just a quick one from the original killings. The only question I've got about it is, how did he work his way through the house with a rifle and nobody wake up?
Yeah, that's a good mystery, and I don't know. I'm not so sure about the weather that night, and I just don't know if it's.
Because I looked at the weapon he used and the sound and how loud it was. I was like, Jesus, the neighbors should have heard that.
I don't know. I don't know what he did. I've never looked into, just to see, like, and that's actually something that maybe I will look into it. That would be interesting. I could expense buy one of those weapons. One of those rifles expensive. They'd be like, Kenny, what the hell are you doing? Like, it's for science.
Best job ever.
I gotta see if I can.
Why do people believe in man-made paranormal gadgets? I think that's a multiple answer to that question.
Yeah.
Some people don't, and they just use them because they know they'll get false positives and they can get good videos out of it. Some people have such a strong belief that they want it to be real for grief and all the rest of it, and that confirms their beliefs.
I think there's a big part of it, especially with this community, is that there is and I'm not being insulting when I say this, but there is a lack of information and understanding when it comes to it. And there is a lot of tribal knowledge, which is based on false premises, so that you have people that, like, I was a ghost hunter in the 1990s. So you had this idea that your tape players, you had the stone tape kind of theory where it's like, oh, the rust, the ferrous oxide that is embedded on that tape, cassette tape, can capture the vibrations and this and that. And it was a lot of word salad, but I believed it because it sounded good. And we still have that rampant today where people hear something, they don't understand it, and it's much easier to just accept than to fact check, because that could take a long time. That's why I think a lot of people not only believe it, but pay out their ass for this overpriced cheap shit, because that's what it really comes down to when you open it up. Cheap shit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of these companies know exactly what they do in, and my opinion, not anyone else's, I think that they're no different to the likes of Huff Paranormal and Hope. They know they're giving false hope to people, and they're selling it for a ridiculous amount of money.
Yeah.
Kenny, have you looked into the Hestelin Lights mystery? I've never heard of that.
I have not. That's a new one on me, or at least that I think. Some of these topics that come up when people ask, like during the shows or even my show, I'm like, I have no freaking clue what that is. And I look it up and I'm like, oh, I did read about this. You know, like when I was 10 years old or 14, I've read about this. So I do know about the story. I just don't know enough details. I haven't looked into it.
Yeah. Kenny, what's the necklace symbol? Have I got one on? No, mine's on my jacket over there.
So the hammer of Thor and Odin's wolves that are holding it up. So I made it. It's a necklace, a key ring, and then the hammer I put together myself. So it's a unique necklace. But my wife actually bought this, the first hammer. This is like the third one that I've had because my dog seems to love to chew the shit out of these things. But she got this for me to symbolize me crushing the hopes and dreams of ghost hunters everywhere. So that's why I wear it.
Has Kenny ever had an experience relayed to him that he has had himself that he has never been able to debunk?
Oh, yeah, there's plenty. You have to understand that the only way to actually solve a mystery or, to debunk a paranormal claim is to have enough information to do so. And if you don't have enough information, say someone comes to you with a story and they say, hey, Beardo, like, I had an experience that happened to me 20 years ago at this building that no longer exists and you can't visit it anymore. How do you explain that? Like, you can't. Yeah. I mean, you can offer suggestions and maybe, like this could be it or speculate, but you can't visit the location. It's 20 years ago. How bad is that memory of that experience? So
yeah, it would be like trying to debunk Borley Rectory because it's long gone. You can't. We can only go off people's accounts.
Right.
What was this one? Well, I just clicked the same one I have. Sorry. When was the first documented report of the Hat Man? Before or after the Poltergeist movies?
The Hat Man. So the Hat Man is, I know that's a kind of urban legend kind of thing. So you have different versions. I know there's different versions, at least in the U.S. There are different versions of it. There's a Hat Man that's by a railroad tracks that I visited a couple years ago. So I don't think it originated with the Poltergeist movie, but it might.
I know a lot of people with sleep paralysis see the Hat Man, but are they only seeing that after? I mean, Poltergeist 2. Would people? I'm pretty sure the Hat Man was a thing before Poltergeist 2.
Oh, this is interesting. It says Google says the Hat Man is a folklore figure whose origins are unknown, but are associated with sightings during sleep paralysis, nightmares, or drug-induced hallucinations, particularly from high doses of Benadryl. Oh, I know what I'm doing tonight.
I'm sure I've got Benadryl in the cupboard. I got a cough. Any locations Kenny would love to visit in Europe?
So I would love to visit Raymond Hall. where the brown lady was photographed. I would love to go there. The what was it? The Tulip Staircase. I think it's like a naval academy or something. Where is the? It's a very famous photograph of that a pastor, I think, took.
It was in loads of books when I was a kid. Justin's discussed it on his podcast.
Yeah, I would love to go there. I would love to just do a tour and make mandatory stops to see all of you guys. Like, I would love to come visit you. I would love to come visit Mr. Gray, even Justin. I mean, maybe.
Yeah, I've bumped into him once too many this year.
No, I would love to meet Justin too. And
hopefully I'll be able to get out to the States next year. I've been talking to Jason because I'm doing a few convention appearances and stuff over here.
Okay.
And he's like, I'm going to try and get you on the convention circuit over this side. And then in between, we can go visit Kenny and go and do a couple of investigations. And I'm like, sign my fat ass up.
That would be great. I would love to do that, man. That would, yeah. And if you do come over here and you get this way, you got a place to crash. I have a guest room.
I appreciate it.
So,
yeah. When Jason invited me to his, he's like, yeah, you can have the pool house. So I'm like,
yeah.
Pool house? Holy shit.
I've been there a couple times. It's really nice. It's right. Oh my goodness. Yeah, he's a great guy. Really, really nice guy. Despite our differences in beliefs and stuff like that, we get along really well. And
yeah, I keep getting people like, oh, you're up Jason's ass. And I'm like, please understand the way me and Jason met. I debunked his daughter, and I debunked his best friend or his older best friend, and the guy was polite to me.
Right. You got to understand, like, this community and like any other community, you have different opinions, different beliefs. Even when you share beliefs, everyone has their own set versions of that particular belief. So you are not going to be next to anyone in this community where you exactly match 100% your beliefs, opinions, and biases. You're not. So you can either be an asshole to everyone that disagrees with you, or you can say, hey, you know what? We have other things that we agree on. We have other things that that are interests to us that we can get along with and talk about. I mean, when I hang out with Jason, we hardly ever talk about paranormal stuff. We're talking about everything else.
Do you know what? The last 3 conversations I've had with him, we haven't mentioned the Conjuring house, the paranormal, YouTube. It's been, how's the family? How's this? You know, talking shit.
just you know, hanging out, talking about comic books and movies, and I mean, we had a big. Oh, when Side Eye Guy came to visit, we all got together and we had a very inappropriate conversation about Star Wars. That's all I'm going to say about that.
I can only imagine where that went with Seg. What tested method works which can be integrated and explored to develop and expanded on, like motion sensor or temperature that can be detected? And a new method can be built to prove or disprove and not Jesus.
Wow, that's an involved question there. What tested method works which can be integrated and explored to develop and expand on, like, motion sensor or temperature? So I think right now with motion sensors, depending on the sensor you're talking about, because you have the PIR sensors, which are based on temperature and differences in temperature. So there's not much more you can do with that. I don't. When you talk about anomaly, I don't think I kind of understand where you're going with this. But I don't think it's going the direction you think it is. Because when you describe an anomaly, what does that mean? Like, an anomaly is something that's out of the ordinary. So if you have a PIR sensor, which is a passive infrared sensor, and it's looking through 2 slits, that's how it views the world, through 2 slits. So it's 2 different pictures. And there's a difference in temperature between the one slit and then the other slit. That's an anomaly. But it can't distinguish what that anomaly is.
Yeah,
So
that's the other thing. Most of these beepy, flashy gadgets that I own a shit ton of, there's no data from them. It's just lights and noise.
yeah, and then that's an issue because you're not collecting any data. You're collecting an alarm that went off,
Yeah.
like something was detected, but you have no idea what was detected. That's
Although I
why you
do
need.
love, I met a creator of. He doesn't call it paranormal tech. He calls it investigation tech. Nothing paranormal in the name, but it's all paranormal tech. And he made these Seismo devices. They're brilliant. They they basically detect vibrations. So if you're getting like, oh, I'm being told there's knocking on the stairs, and you put it down and it starts flashing and alarming, you're like, oh right, there is something happening on those stairs, and then you can investigate further. I thought they were brilliant for what they are, and they're quite sensitive, but not ridiculous. Like if you walk up the stairs, it'll set them off, but if you bang in a room away from there, they don't go off. So I quite like them. Just if there's claims of people walking on a landing or a hallway or a staircase, and you put these down and it triggers, and you're like, right, so there is something happening there, and then you can work out what is happening
What
there
it is.
and what is causing
Right.
it.
You need. I can't. I can't express how important controls are on any experiment like that, because if you just have something triggered and you don't know what triggered it, you're wasting your time. You
Yeah.
need to know what is going on. You need to control whatever device you're using. You need to understand what can be done to manipulate that. And I always use
Yeah.
the example, the REM pod. We know two-way radios make the REM pod go off. You need to put it in a Faraday box.
Yeah,
That's
same
it.
as REM pods, certain REM pods with my Nissan car keys, and those black
Yeah.
EMF meters that I've never owned. Holy shit, are they easy to set off?
Yeah.
The
Oh,
grey
and
ones seem to be a bit harder. Those black ones, they are so sensitive.
the REM pod, because when there was a film crew here from ABC News, and the sound guy with his wireless microphones, he was setting the REM pod off from a good 10 to 12 feet away. And
We're
that's
all using wireless microphones.
they're all for these any kind of news crews or film crews, documentary crews. If you are using wireless mics, and I spoke to the gentleman, the audio guy, he was like, "You're putting out so much wattage into the air. Yes, it's going to make them go off." And whenever he goes on the shoots like this, he said, like, I know it's going off, and I know I'm making it go off, but the ghost hunters usually don't take his word for it. They don't want it because they think they know better, and just experimentation like that. This
I'm
question,
interested in this question.
if you don't get that reference,
I don't.
oh my god! So this is from the Search for the Holy Grail, Monty Python, the Holy Hand Grenade of Antioch.
I'm quitting.
The number should be 3, not 2, not 5, not 4, but 3. So
Yeah, I should have got that. Oh dear. Oh dear.
oh my god, take away your nerd card.
I know. I'm devastated. Right, sorry. It's jumping. Right, has Kenny ever experienced anything paranormal?
Nothing that I could say conclusively was paranormal. I mean, there may have been stuff that went on, but there was not enough evidence to come to that conclusion.
Right, I don't know what that's
Oh, that's probably
something.
Amityville.
All right.
Yeah.
Kenny Biddle, do you have any paranormal courses for us basic investigators like me by online or by post?
I do not. That's an idea that's been floating in the back of my head for quite a while. I do have if you email me at the letter K, Biddle, Biddle, at centerforinquiry.org, I can send you a PDF of strategies that I use. It's part of my workshop that I do. I do lectures and I teach people about strategies that I use to investigate. And I usually only take like 5 or 6 per lecture. But this lists like 31, 35 different strategies. And it's just short. It's only like 5 or 6 pages long.
Yeah,
but
if you're Laura Lee, if you're in the UK, look on Facebook for a guy called Kev Kerr. He's got a beginner's course, and I went there, and he was like, "Why have you come on a beginner's course?" I was like, "Because I might pick something up," and I picked a fair bit up from him.
Yeah.
Even though it's called Kev Kerr Paranormal, it's far more in line with what me and Kenny do than your typical ghost hunter, and some really fantastic ideas. One of the better ones he had was a sponge to put an EMF, an EVP recorder on to eliminate vibrations and things like that. I thought that was such a simple thing, but I'd never even considered it. What we got there? Kenny, have you looked into the...
Oh wait, keep that up. I want to write that down. I want to, because that's the one that I wasn't sure about. Hesdalen light phenomenon in Norway.
Right, okay. Debs, I'll answer this one with Mandela effect. Me and not so much I'm going to answer it, but me and Dandalf at some point, hopefully before Christmas, we're going to do a live stream about it. We're going to look into some Mandela effects, because I swear to God, Fruit of the Loom had a horn on. A horn. Did it have a horn? I can't remember. I can't remember which way it is. It's a fruit basket with a horn in front of it, and I can't remember what the Mandela effect is now. Whether it is or isn't it.
No, the Fruit of the Loom never had that.
I swear I remember the horn.
that was. I know what you're talking about, but that was something different. That wasn't Fruit of the Loom.
That's a proper Mandela effect. A lot of people think they remember the logo having a horn on it. A fruit bowl with a horn.
Yeah. I mean, and I think things get mixed up, and it's basically bad memory. We associate two different things together, or we hear something. I mean, honestly, when if you talk about like how people remember stuff that's happened today, there's a lot of that shit going on.
Yeah, and it's an exercise in false memory as well.
Yeah,
because I never really heard of false memory until me and you had a conversation about it, and then I told my Ouija board story from when I was younger. One of my mates messaged me like, "Why are you lying?" I was like, "You are," and I ripped into him like, "I'm many things. I'm not a fucking liar." And then he said something. I was like, "They weren't there." I was like, "Right, we're still friends with a few of the boys. Right. None of us had the same story."
Yeah,
they were the bulk of it was right, but one guy can't remember the guitar amp being turned on for background noise. The rest of us can. There was a person that only one person can remember being there, and I was like, they were not there. And I messaged them on Facebook, and they were there, but only one person remembers them. That it blows my mind what the human mind can do. And then you got Danny Robbins did a experiment with it, with a robbery, where he stood in a university giving a course. Somebody comes in and steals his laptop, and then he sets them off into different groups. And the description, by the time he gets to the end of it, some people have got the race and how many people were there wrong, because of them talking and filling the blanks in for each other. I think you had a couple of Stooges in there, if I remember right.
Yeah.
And wild. And you've just watched on the TV and you're like, oh, come on. Nobody's not forgotten all of that already, but you have.
Yeah. I mean, things happen so quickly that we don't focus on anything. And the adrenaline starts rushing. And once the event is over and we start thinking about it, that's when we start filling in the gaps.
Yeah.
With what we think was there, what we believe was there. There was older experiments that had people witness a car accident and then would come in like a half hour later to describe it. And people were getting the vehicle make and model wrong, the color wrong, what stop sign or yield sign, like they were getting that wrong. Yeah. All these basic details that were right there in front of us. And I mean, it's difficult. I mean, it's difficult to, unless you commit it to memory. That's why I have notebooks here and here, because I'm constantly writing shit down, because I know I don't remember everything. And for everyone that's watching, if you go on a ghost hunt and you're like, oh, I'm going to remember this later. No, you're not. Write it the fuck down.
That was something else I took from Kev into the paranormal. Not so much with when I'm recording and stuff, and I'm trying to make an episode. But even then, I've got a notebook with me. I know I'm recording everything; it's on camera. But what happens when you pause the camera? You're going to change your batteries or whatever, and something may happen. But Kev took it a stage further, and he was like, "Yeah, but how much coffee did you drink? How much sleep did you get? What's the weather? What's the moon phase?" And I'm like, "What difference does the moon phase make?" And he was like, "A lot with shadows."
Yeah.
All right, fair. So yeah, does Kenny believe there could be a form of technology in the future that could detect and prove the paranormal is real, especially with technology so advanced now?
So, I mean, it comes back to our dilemma of what is the paranormal? Like, how do you define that? Because paranormal is a blanket term. It means a whole bunch of stuff. And if you're specifically talking about a ghost or spirits and what they can and can't do, we haven't even determined that yet.
No.
And we haven't actually step back. We haven't determined that they exist. And if we have to do that first and then determine what qualities they possess. Once you learn what qualities, then you can measure for them.
I can't remember. I was having a conversation. I think it was a Facebook conversation with somebody. They've been ghost hunting for years, and they were like, they're utterly convinced now. No, it was Dawson. It was actually Dawson I was speaking to. And Dawson is almost at the point where he's convinced that it's us creating ghosts, not ghosts being its own thing. He's like, do I believe so much that I'm projecting these things into the... Am I creating them? And are other people creating their own ghosts? And I was like, it could go back to that thing of, teenage girls, around the age of puberty can apparently be capable of making things move and things like that. I mean, I know what you're going to say.
That is a fully discredited idea. There is no such ability that has ever been verified. And unfortunately, I think that's just that was an idea somebody put forward. I forget the gentleman that put that forward, because obviously it was an older white guy that put it forward, because that's usually what they do. But it was a bad idea and it stuck. And
the problem is that a lot of these ideas are fucking old.
Yeah.
Really old.
They're old. They've never been updated. And the people that do look at them and do update them are far and few between, and they don't have a loud voice. So not everyone gets to hear them. But as for this question, I don't know. I mean, I never closed the door. Maybe we discover something 20, 30, 50 years from now where it's something paradigm shifting, and it changes our entire worldview, and maybe it'll work.
I'd love it to be real, though.
I would too. I think it would be so comforting.
If it was something to do with time slips or some sort of interdimensional something that we have no comprehension of, it would be fucking amazing. Or even, there is life after death, because, like you said, comforting.
Yeah,
this isn't it. This is like leveling up.
I view life right now as this is all I have. A next life, or an afterlife, or like some kind of reward or punishment. Well, depending on my, based on my past life, it's usually the other way. None of that is guaranteed. This is all I have. So every single day is something special. It's something to not take for granted, something to cherish, and to make the best life I can for myself, for my family, for my friends, for everyone that I meet. Make the most of it. And that's it. I live for life. I don't live according to someone's rule book. I don't live according to someone else's sense of morality or something like that. I live according to my life and what's good for us. And that's it. If there is something else, I will deal with it when I get there. But I can't guarantee that. So I live for now.
If it weren't so technically difficult, would true 3D VR 180 video help eliminate false evidence? I don't think so.
Technically difficult. Would true 3D VR 180 degree video?
I mean, we've seen 360 footage come out to disprove fakery, and it doesn't.
So it really, this is, I think I understand where you're coming from with this question, but I don't think it takes into account everything, because what are we talking about? Like, eliminate false evidence of what? Like, what do you mean by that? Because you have evidence is data from different monitors, different sensors, different inputs. Like, what are we specifically talking about? Like a three-dimensional 180-degree visual perception of what's going on takes care of what? It takes care of your visible light. Maybe sonar can be incorporated, infrared can be incorporated into that visual experience, but that's it. Like, what other data are we incorporating, and how are you protecting against, how are you guarding against false positive or influences outside of that VR headset? So it's a much bigger issue than what we can cover in this show.
Yeah. The thing is, every time some new form of tech comes out, somebody cheats around it. No matter, I'm not just talking about the paranormal, anything.
Yeah.
You bring out a fire stick, people are jail hacking them, so you can watch whatever you want on it.
I don't know anything about that.
Definitely not, because I haven't been making a list of all of the paranormal shows on Discovery. I've been watching the first episodes of them all to rank them all and how bad they are.
Oh my goodness.
And Zach Bagans is not number one.
Oh no,
So
no,
far.
they're far worse than his. Yeah.
I see a lot of people on these Facebook groups bragging like, yeah, I've got a show on Discovery Plus. I was like, no shit. Amazon Prime would turn their nose up at that. What would be your dream location to investigate?
Oh wow, that's I don't know.
I'm gonna have to steal Justin's answer here, because you can't do it. Would have been Bawley Rectory. So if there was a way to go to a location that doesn't exist anymore, yeah,
that would be fun. I don't know. I mean, I enjoy every investigation I do. Every single one that I take on is exciting to me, and so I thoroughly enjoy it. There's not one that I look back on and say, "Oh, I wasted so much time doing that," or "I regret doing it." Maybe the cat balls. That might be the only one. But other than that, I enjoy it. And where I don't know where I would like to go. I don't know. You got me on that one. I don't have an answer right now.
CRL. Kenny, could you send Beardo a feet? No, absolutely not.
No.
No. I've had experiences that I can't explain. I've heard my grandfather speak to me in my teens, and he'd been dead for 10 years at the time. Have you had the experience that cannot be explained? I think a lot of people have had things they can't explain. I certainly have. These are the type of things that me and Kenny have talked about this, but I will not debunk things like this. It's going to make people feel better. Have it.
Yeah, it's really depends on how you want to approach it, Atrix. It's these are personal stories. So if they comfort you, if they bring you joy and comfort, and you're not going out into the public and preaching everyone that this is 100% true and you should all, believe and join this cult, like, it's fine. Keep it, it's personal. So enjoy it, treasure it. But if you do want an explanation, I probably can't do that either. I can't give you an explanation, because all I can do is speculate, because I don't know exactly what you heard. And even if you describe it to me, I'm still not going to understand exactly what you heard and how you heard it.
Sorry, Pop.
So there, I can speculate. I can give you some ideas, but that's about it. And I'd be happy to talk to you if you want to. You can email me, like I said, at kbiddle@centerforinquiry.org, and I'm happy to give you some speculation.
Speaking of cults, has Kenny ever done a deep dive into the equipment sold by Huff in particular?
You don't have to go any further than Huff. That's it right there. That tells you right there, that word, it's junk. I would not trust that man at all. and I don't need to say anything else because I'm probably going to drop a couple F-bombs.
Oh, you're allowed on, yeah?
Oh, I think he fucking exploits people, and he is a death and grieving exploitation machine, and I think he is scum. So there you go.
Old school Kenny in the house.
Oh man, fuck
Is it
that guy.
disrespectful going to sites that someone has been killed and recording a video there?
So,
Living memory, yes.
yeah, you know, I think when you go into a place like I one of the cases I looked into was because a medium went to a location where a young man was murdered and tried to profit off of it, as in like trying to get TV spots and everything based on his helping the police. So yeah, I looked into it, but not to see if I could connect with this person's ghost. I went into it trying to figure out what the medium did, and found out that he did not help the police and stuff like that. So I think, yeah, I agree with you, Beardo. It's in living memory. If people are still alive that knew that person, you have to consider if they catch wind of what you're doing, if they watch a video that you made and you're in there goofing around and saying, "Hey, talk to me," and claiming that you're getting messages from their deceased loved one, you got to think about how they're going to feel. And
Yeah, the most recent one I can think of that I've done was Colin from the Paranormal Files, and some of the biggest arguments I had against me was Ed Gein's thing was so long ago. And I'm like, yeah, but it still affects people. It still affects that town.
right.
And they were like who? And I'm like, I know somebody who is directly, not she's not, but her father is directly affected by what happened there. So that's why I went the way I did about it, because that town hate that history. They don't want people there with spirit boxes running around the woods, even though they're in the wrong place, and then making up stories and holding Ed Gein's gun and knife. And come on, those things are in evidence lockup.
I don't think there should. I mean, this is my personal opinion. I don't think we should be glorifying serial killers at all.
No,
just nothing. Like, if you want to read about it, that's fine. But and again, you can do what you want to do within the law. You know, that's your prerogative. That's your choice. I can't stop you, but I don't agree with it. I think people like that should be erased from history and just move on.
Yeah, like I had a lot of shit for doing a video on Dallin from Ghost Bros. And people were like, yeah, but he's cool. I was like, he's not fucking cool when he's in a graveyard by Matthew Perry's grave, who at that point hadn't been gone that long. And there's other people trying to visit their family, and he's giving them the stink eye. Like, they're interrupting him with going off in a grave.
You know, like,
scummy as fuck.
You don't. Your ghost hunting hobby is not a right. It is not. It is not something you can do, and you just have this universal right to do whatever you want to do. You have to consider other people, and especially those that are still grieving. You know, and if like what you said, if it's right after someone passed away and people are still grieving and visiting the graves, and you're there with your annoying piece of shit fucking radio that's going crazy, pretending that you're talking to fucking ghost, man, just fuck off. It's horrible. It's a horrible thing, and I think you're a terrible.
Only imagine if I went to see my grandparents rest in place and somebody was sat next to their grave with a spirit box giving me the stink eye. I'd probably spend the night in a cell.
Yeah, especially if they're live streaming and they're like, "Hey, click like, you know, check this out." I'm talking. No, you're right. I'd be in the cell with you. Like, yeah, we did it. This is great.
Was Roswell a UFO or just a hot air balloon?
The official reports check out. I have no reason to doubt that it was not a the spy balloon that they were talking about, Project Mogul. There is nothing. There was no evidence that would suggest anything else. Yeah, they made a fuck up. I think it was a basic media mistake on the part of the military. I don't think it was aliens. There was no really reports. I mean, the story died away for years.
Yeah.
So if it
X-Files.
was a crashed alien spacecraft, it would not have died away, only to be brought back by a conspiracy theorist in a new book. Like, no, it would have been something that was in the news, and I'm sure more people would have been out there if there were alien bodies.
I started to get into UFOs a few months ago. I did a few live streams on it, and there's some incredible stories out there that I would love to believe. But then I started, like the guys that are going on Joe Rogan and stuff, they sound really convincing, but I am utterly convinced they are off their tits. I've got all this evidence. Trust me.
Okay.
I'm not allowed to show it. All right. I've got a fucking unicorn, but I can't show it.
Trust me. You know, I grew up with the X-Files. We trust no one. That's it. If you want me to trust you, show me your work.
I tried rewatching X-Files beginning to end this year.
Oh.
It got really, really rough.
Yeah. Yeah.
When was it Robert Patrick came in? The first season with Robert Patrick? It was great. It was better than I remembered. But after that, it got bad. What books do you recommend for a further understanding of the paranormal?
Also, email me. I have a list of books. So I do have a recommended reading list that I send out, and it lists, I don't know, like 15 or 20 books that are all science-based and skeptical-based.
Is The Science of Weird Shit on there by Dr. Chris French?
I think so.
I think it's a book.
Yeah.
It's a really good book.
There's lots of good books on there. Ones that are off the top of my head, the Full Facts Book of Cold Reading.
I've got that. Oh, that was Justin's fault, actually. I've got 2 shelves now, or a shelf and a half in my living room that we've labeled Justin's shelf because the guests he's had on and the things they discuss in, and I buy the books.
Right.
And next to that is my collection of Skeptical Inquirer magazines.
Oh, that's awesome. I love it. I have all the bound versions. That's all the blue.
Oh, really?
Up there. Yeah. So, and that one right there. That is the first edition, first issue of the first magazine.
Yeah, keep opening it. Like, where the fuck's Kenny's page?
Most of my stuff is online. I'll be in the next one though. Don't worry, because they want me to write. They're like, you got to write shorter pieces so it can go in the print magazine. I was like, oh, okay, fine.
It's bizarre though, because the first time, I can't remember what the first issue was I bought. It's under there in a box file. I've got a box down there of like the first things, memories.
Okay.
And buying the first Skeptical Inquirer, as part of my journey in the paranormal, is in there. I was looking through it, like, none of this is to do with fucking ghosts, really. What interest have I got? I think I did a live stream with you the same night, and I was like, I've just spent 20 minutes reading this. I don't know what it's about. But I was so interested in, I can't even remember what the subject was in there, but I had no interest in it before. And afterwards, I'm Googling stuff and...
Right. It is it's not necessarily a just skeptical magazine. It's a science-based magazine. So our authors are from a wide range of backgrounds. So you can get some paranormal stuff in there, but that's maybe out of like 20 or 25 articles, there might be 1 or 2 that have to do anything with paranormal. But it is good information, and it's solid information that you can reference and fact check and keep yourself updated on the world around you. What got you into paranormal? I grew up in the 70s, so I had In Search of, Unsolved Mysteries, and you had those special late night documentaries that would come on about the haunted house or the Bigfoot sighting or UFO sighting. I mean, I grew up with Amityville and The Entity, and all these. I mean, even through the 80s with the Smurl haunting, and also the Snedeker case and stuff. Like, these were in the news when I was growing up, so it got me interested, and I just loved it. I love the mystery. I love the idea that something weird could happen, and I haven't lost that. I want to make sure that you understand that, like, I'm a skeptical person, science minded, but I still have that sense of wonder and like what could be. So that's what I keep looking for. I like the UFO on the back of your shirt or all over your shirt. I'm just noticing that now.
Shit.
Nice.
The scared cat.
Oh my God.
You were sent it in. Fucking amazing, the stuff I get sent. And then there's Cassidy May, who
That's
was
awesome.
just resubscribed. Tell me why Bearded loves Backstreet Boys and feet. You grounded, you little shit. Right. I'm so sorry for being behind. I don't normally use this streaming platform or have guests on, so I'm probably worse or further behind than Crow and Seg put together. What are your views on DARPA? I've been saving that episode, Dean. Reaction to, because I don't know what it is still.
Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency, Department of Development Projects to ensure U.S. technology superiority for national security, established in 1958. They launched Sputnik, known for a high risk, high reward. So, it's a technology department. I don't know what else I can say about that.
When did the Conjuring movies get so bad? The third one and all the spin-offs.
I enjoyed the first one as a horror movie. That's it, just a horror movie. But after that, I think it went downhill in quality.
I adore the first two.
Okay.
I personally think that the original Conjuring House is one of the best haunted house movies.
Yeah.
As a true story, it is fucking abysmal. but as a horror movie about a haunted house, I think it's fantastic. The hide and clap.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I mean, a lot of that stuff, again, like, I have to view it as two different films. Like, as for a horror movie, when I suspend my disbelief, yes, it's fantastic. It's really, really well done. As a true story, complete bullshit.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, as long as I watch it as a horror movie, it's fine. But after that, like the second one with the Enfield poltergeist, like it was all right. I mean, it wasn't bad. I think it was just it wasn't as good as the first. And I think because I saw the first and that took all the creativeness and I was used to it now. So I saw the second one. I was like, all right, more the same. It's okay.
Yeah. I really enjoyed the second one. The third one, I was like, this is... The new one, it's shit.
Complete.
The only thing I can say about all of them that is fantastic throughout is Patrick Wilson and Vera Farmiga. They are brilliant as the pretend versions.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. This new one was bad. For threading or what? I'm not sure what is threading. Is that the thing people do on their eyebrows?
I think
Waxing.
so, because CRL has asked me about my threading. Because apparently I've got nice eyebrows.
Okay. Yeah, mine are almost old man ones. I have to pluck the long ones.
So I get one on this side that curls down and grows like really long, and I can see it. And I get one on this side that grows up, and I'm like,
yep.
She's old age. And the other day, I thought I had like a beard hair on the side, and I pulled it. It was out there. It was growing up my fucking ear. I was like, what? I thought my granddad got this shit, not me.
Oh shit, that's funny.
Beardo and Kenny Backstreet Boys collab when? Only when Dandalf plays a part.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's your opinion on the spoke lights?
Spoke lights. Spoke lights. Let me look that up real quick. I looked it up, and the first thing that comes up is all just like bicycles. Is that the way it's spelled?
I guess so.
Paranormal.
Lyron. Oh, maybe spook lights.
Maybe they meant
Lyron. That's something that puzzles me.
Do you know how to manipulate or use modern goats? Yeah, like I love how, especially like with the Ovilus stuff. I mean, you have a random word generator because that's exactly what it is. Don't let them fool you by saying it uses environmental measurements. That's bullshit. It's a random word generator, and it's expected that I just did an interview where I was on with 2 ghost hunters on a Zoom call, and they brought one of those out, and I was like, "Do you know how to make this say a certain word?" We're like, "No." Then how the fuck do you think a ghost is going to do it? You don't know how to do it. What? Why are you assuming?
And there's a developer of equipment. He's stopped making it now because he's got about 3 people trying to sue him because he was getting sent broke equipment. People were paying a lot of money for equipment, and then when it broke after a couple of weeks, they sent it to him, and then he was recording himself fixing the equipment and then being like, "This is junk." Right, so I'll replace that with that. Where's the sensors for a very well-known brand that throws out 50,000 words or whatever that is, named after a lady? Yeah, he's had a few developers. I think there's a TV show taking him to court as well because he pulled their shit apart that they've been making.
So many of these things, when somebody donates a piece of equipment, and thank you to everyone that donates because that's the only way I get them. But when you take it apart and you realize what's inside or what's not inside, that's the important thing. What's not there. It's amazing. Yeah. It's amazing that they spend maybe $10 on the parts and they charge you like $200 or $300 for nothing. You could be what? Are you high?
I can't read what's written on that My Little Pony that I got sent behind me, but that one.
That's funny.
There was a period where people just kept sending me. Some people are still doing it, but they were sending. It started with wooden spoons after Spoongate, with those lovely Irish gentlemen came after me. Then I got sent a My Little Pony. Then I got sent a Barbie with a unicorn horn. Then I got sent the Backstreet Boys action figure set from Burger King from 1990 something. I mean, that's an expensive troll. That those things are not cheap.
No,
but yeah,
I do have special edition Beardo levels if anyone needs any.
Oh, funny enough, yeah. The thing is, I think I might have brought this up on stream before, but Kenny sent me that. No, Kenny messaged me. And he's like, "Oh, what's your address? Because I've got something I want to send you out from the Centre Inquiry." And I was like, "Ooh." I opened it and I went, "Asshole!" I didn't even take it out of the box. And I messaged him there and then, "Thanks, you asshole." And then he was like, "What do you think of the engraving?" I was like, "Didn't even look." And then when I seen it all, I was like, "This is epic." And even after he told me he was engraved, I was on a live stream and he was like, "But have you looked at the top?" And I was like, "Oh, he gave me instructions on how to use it as well."
Oh man. All right. There's one channel.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, it's okay. No,
it's your show. I'm just reading. That was a dig.
Okay.
There's one channel C with fake if you use ghost hunting gadgets. Yeah, but that guy uses gadgets anyway. Next clip. Dickhead. Oh dear. Do you think belief in the paranormal is growing because belief in traditional religion is declining?
That would be interesting to survey. To get some data on that. That would be something you would have to do a widespread study on to get opinions.
That's a fantastic question.
It is. Because I do think by nature people need to have something to rely on. It's very difficult to come to an understanding that, you know, you're responsible for your life. You know, if something goes wrong, shit goes wrong. If you fuck it up, you're to blame. It's much easier to have something like an entity that you can blame, you know, or
We answered that
ask
one,
for
didn't
help.
we? No more orbs. Just discount orbs.
Oh, well, in that case, yeah. I mean, we did have a run where 3D cameras came out, 3D digital cameras, because they have, like, I have an old film one, 3D camera, but I have a digital one too. And when they came out, that helped with the orbs, because then you realized when looking at them, looking at the finished images, you could see that the orb was only in one shot, not the other one, where you had two lenses that were only about, you know, like, I think it was 2.4 inches apart. So it would have to be a dust particle. So it really did help out. Kenny, has Beardo inspired you to color your hair? No, I like the pepper look. I like the brown on top and white.
Gandalf, would you like me to colour your hair? Because I'd have to draw it on. It's like them apples. Kenny, how hard is it to go hunt the Monroe house with me and Joe?
That was, to be honest, that was not difficult. It was actually very enjoyable. I think the most productive thing that came out of that was the conversations that the three of us had. It was really in depth, and we had time to actually sit and talk. And we did experiment. We did test some things. Actually, Jeff helped me debunk one of the claims where people would hear voices in the basement, and they were low. They knew it was somebody talking, but they couldn't make out the words and stuff. And when I was laying down there, I actually slept in the basement, because that's supposed to be like one of the weird places. I found a hole that went out to the outside. It was a hole in a wall. And Jeff went down the end of the yard, and he was talking, and I was able to hear him from inside the basement and record him. So it came up really, really good. And we were able to debunk that claim.
Kenny, thoughts on most haunted and ghost adventures?
Both suck. Terrible. Why do you think any of
He's never letting that go.
Well played. That was good. He wasn't. They would have found it anyway.
Do you have... Right, we answered that one, didn't we?
Yeah.
Written ones or IT for newbies? Yeah. We have answered that. It's probably because I'm so far behind the chat.
So far behind.
Guys, I'm very sorry. I don't want to crow it in case I miss something. Oh my god, Dean put that in about the EMF ages ago. Oh, I'm only half an hour. I'm 40 minutes behind. I'm going to have to crow the chat.
It's all right. I have to bail soon anyway, because I do
no worries.
I've been ignoring work. So, Beardo and Kenny, can you explain the black shadow figures your eyes see in the corner? Oftentimes,
phenomena.
Yeah, they're floaters. Sometimes they're floaters, especially depending on age. You'll see quite a bit more. But also understand that the way our eyes and vision work, that we have two sets of cells in our eyes. We have actually rods and cones. And the cones see color. They are concentrated in the center, and they see detail. There's not a lot of them. The rod cells are on the outside, and there's much more of them. They see in black and white. but they are also adept to movement. They pick up movement really, really easy. So you can have a very subtle movement that could be a very subtle shadow off to the side, but your vision will pick it up. You'll see it move, and when you focus on it, you no longer see it because you're not paying attention to that movement anymore, and it's fleeting. So understand that that's most likely the scenario, but not 100%.
I never thought I'd have to write Vlad Tepes is subscribed on my board. Could we be haunting our souls? Do you think it's like another? Yeah, we kind of went into this earlier a little bit, like time dimensions and time displacement and things.
Because this is bringing a whole bunch of concepts together, or trying to bring a whole, and parallel dimensions or other dimensions where, you know, we might have other lives and stuff, again, has not been proven. That's not something we know about. So there's a lot going on there. I think interpretation is the biggest thing. We always have to look at interpretation and ourselves.
What about advancement in tech?
Something allows us to discover that we are actually seeing multiple dimensions.
Dandolph, have you discovered weed this week?
Put the vape down and don't puff anymore. I think he's having fun.
Have there ever been any ghosts in the past 20 years other than one? I mean, there's never been a discovery of a ghost. Not anything quantifiable or...
Yeah, I'm not sure what you mean by one version encounter. I mean, most of these encounters are anecdotal. Working with Mr. Gray's uncle, I think, between the pair. Okay.
He looks an awful lot like Dandolph in a wig, though, doesn't he? I believe some people are more in tune with people. Myself, an experience that was more in tune with a person at the time of death, and it changed my thoughts on telekinesis. That's definitely one for you.
I mean, I believe some people are more in tune with people. Experience that was more in tune with a person at a time of death, and it changed my thoughts. I don't understand the relation. How does that relate? More in tune with a person at the time of death, and it changed my thoughts on telekinesis. Telekinesis is the more slang common term for psychokinesis, just the ability to move things with your thoughts. So I don't understand what the relation is here.
Who would pull off Borat's Speedos better? I don't know. I don't think there's much of a difference in shape between me and Kenny. I think I might be protruding a bit more, if I'm honest.
Right. You'll never see me. I'm either fully clothed or I'm sitting at home in a t-shirt and underwear because I don't like wearing pants at home.
Neither do I.
All of you.
I appreciate everyone's got that image stuck in their head of me and
great.
Kenny wearing a mankini. It's the important question, that.
Yeah.
Philosophical debates, but the most important one, which one of us looks better in Speedos? And we both we both look like shit. Oh, dear.
All right. I can do one more question, and then I gotta go.
I actually crowed the chat, and I don't think, apart from Spherel and Dandolph being in some sort of competition... Oh, wait. There's one.
Why are footsteps heard? That's a good question, and good point that you make there with that. Because if they don't have a physical form, they can't make contact with other physical forms that we hear and create sound. So I think in cases where people do hear footsteps, it is most likely an actual person or some kind of rodent or animal. I actually, the video that both of us did with the house in between, I provided an example of that with squirrels in my office here. Right, I'm a corner office, and right above me is the roof, and there's squirrels that run back and forth all day. And when they do run, even if you're out in the lobby, you can hear them, and it sounds like somebody's running across the roof. Not an animal; it sounds like somebody's up there. So it could possibly be that. I don't know until you actually experience what they claim to experience, and then we can figure it out. But you made a good point with your question. So on that note,
yeah,
I'm gonna bail.
You're gonna get back to work, you?
I gotta get back to work. You've distracted me enough. Luckily, I didn't have my speakers blaring like "Tickle My Balls." Yeah, I don't know why. Like your volume is normal, and then when you play that video, the volume goes up like 2 or 3 points, and everyone hears it. So, but it's fun. I think it's funny.
It absolutely is. Laura, thank you. Wait.
You're running out of whiteboards.
I am. Right, Kenny, thank you very, very much. That's not a GIMP mask she sent me. It's a luchador Batman GIMP. I'm back GIMP.
What?
I was wondering who the fuck sent me that.
Freak.
I'll send you a picture later.
Put it on. Put it on.
Dickhead. Wow, that's tight. I'm back GIMP.
You should do the whole show like that.
I can't because it's shut in my eyes. Who's getting horny wearing this?
Oh my god, that made my day.
I think my head's too big for it.
Oh, that's awesome. All right. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for putting up with me and all the questions. Thank you, Beardo, for having me on.
Oh, thank you for jumping on. Please, guys, go and check out Kenny Biddle. He's got Kenny Biddle on YouTube, and he's got videos under the Centre for Inquiry. And he did a fantastic video with a bearded bat gimp once called The House in Between. One of my personal favorite videos that I've ever been involved in.
Awesome. Yeah, I had a lot of fun doing that. One day, maybe we'll do part 2.
It's even worse than the first one.
It's so bad. It's so bad. All right, everyone. See you later. Take it easy.
Yeah, Kenny. Thank you very much. Buddy.
Thanks, bub.
Do you call me Bud or Bub? If you called me Bub, I'm impressed. Wolverine, snickety snick. The horns are on the side. It's back, Beard. Beardo, can we have the flappy hat back? The flappy hat is back. Oh, the cow hat. I'm not entirely sure where it is right now because I've put all the Halloween stuff away and I've got shite everywhere. But I will find the cow hat for Sunday. Ah, it's nice to have Kenny on. I haven't seen him for a while. It's like Halloween. No, I didn't know who sent it to me. I pulled it out of the box. My daughter sat in the living room. I was like, I didn't order this. She's like, mm-hmm. Linda's Journey, thank you for the gifted. Don't shit in the studio, Beard. I mean, I'd love to have seen Mini Geek City. Honestly, you would have paid to have seen her face. She was mocking me for the wasabi last night. And then she reaches over and says, if you don't like salmon, I'll eat that. And I watched her accidentally scrape the rest of the wasabi off the plate. I turned the camera back on while she was in the kitchen. Cassie May helped embarrass you in front of your kid. Cassie May has done so much damage to me and my reputation. I saw your friend Ian on Paranormal Caught on Car. Caught on... he's everywhere. I'm in my mission to watch all of the really shite stuff on Discovery. I discovered this program with Jonathan Ross. And oddly, Kate Sherrill, that has got a lot of respect in the paranormal community. And then Ian, he was fucking awful. Cassie May is diabolical. Absolutely. Absolutely. That wasabi definitely needs diluting. I mean, you think I'd have learned after I dabbed it. Oh. Have you debunked the electron multiplying camera footage from... I probably can't debunk that because I have no idea what it is, Cody. I don't know what that is. Yeah, stream buttons are broken today, I'm afraid, guys. That's why we've had a guest on with the fantastic Kenny Biddle. No clip button. Oh, anyone can clip on the channel. And if you're in the Discord, you can send it to the Discord. But yeah, I don't know what the electron multiplying camera is to be able to debunk it. That's not about my mask, Beardo. Hello? You knock the door then. Oh. Where's Mr. Grey gone? Mr. Grey was only here for Kenny Biddle. When he'd eat a whole cube of wasabi, didn't realise where it was till after. Oh. Being here quiet so I don't get bullied by CRL. He didn't say by CRL. I made that bit up. Kenny kidnapped him. Why do people keep sending me this shit and then I end up wearing it and then getting mocked and ridiculed? Thanks, Casty, mate. Get up there and tell him off. I think Dandolf has to come down to tell me off. That was a nice bit of live debunking. I have learned so much from Kenny. I mean, I've learned something from every one of the debunkers, but Kenny, Dandolf, and Parple more than most. Obviously, because Parple taught me to edit. Can't say I didn't warn you about the wasabi. Yeah, but people always say, oh, it's really bad. And most of the time, it never is that bad. It was bad. Will you also do a book list as well on YouTube so we can write it down later? Or are you in the Discord or the Facebook? Because that'd probably be the better place for it. Because if I do a video about books that I think are good for the paranormal, A, it'll be a short video. B, nobody will watch it. Beardo, if you could build your own ghost hunting kit using only items that you purchase from Poundland, what would you choose? Snacks. I would cheat it. I would just buy Twiglets, Cheetos. Beardo, I'm home. Oh! I thought I was the little geek. How are you home, Mrs. Geek? As you jumped to the bottom of the chat? Yeah. I had to crow the chat. I'm not used to this footage and having a guest on. How are you home, Mrs. Geek? Got to work. They put me in for tomorrow and told me to do... Wait, they're not making you work tomorrow, though, are they? Kenny has tons and tons and tons of interesting articles. Amazing videos. Are they making you go in tomorrow after you've gone in tonight? And if you are home, can I have a drink, please? My ass is better at taking ghosts than most of that equipment. I 100% agree. Notepad. I told them I didn't pick up tomorrow. I picked up tonight. Fair. You tell him, Mrs. Geek. Have you heard of the telepathy tapes study? I haven't, Marilyn. Marilyn, you're not obviously on the Discord. Whoever was asking the Discord, CRL. Sorry. I just got the link there. I'll pin that. I don't have any. I'm going to have to pinch chin. That's right. Spaghetti. Tell it. Spaghetti? Is that pasta pervert in you? Poor spaghetti. I told him he's made it. He did a Foreman Brothers video and he's had haters. And the hater's name was something like Love and Kindness. And I was like, your name's Love and Kindness. You come in here giving him shit for being a small channel. When you change your name to annoying, no, horrible and slightly sarcastic or mildly annoying or something like that. Have a drink with you, Beardo. Let's go. Well worth looking into. All the big colleges seem to be participating to the story possibilities of telepathy with surprising results. Really? Show the comments. I don't know how to... What? What are you asking me to show the comments for there? Mrs. Geek, don't bring him drinks. I'm not showing any comments then, dickhead. Right, crow in the chat to ignore the spaghetti pasta pervert. How does someone join your Discord? Hit the link above. Oh, I don't need these now, do I? Because the old biddle's not on. Is that you? I'm pretty sure I just shared somebody. Wait, are you writing everything down? People that have... Jen, your name's on there, look. Jen Taylor, there. It's always the love and light people that end up the most toxic. Yeah, love, light, and about as much fun as stepping on Lego. Ugh. I'm getting the drink. I'm getting the drink. There's no drink. Oh, I got it. Did I have rum left? Yeah, I did. Jumpy today, be a dude? No, not Jumpy. Pete looks dead. He's been on the sauce again. That's who drank all my drink. Tough. Good evening. Hope everyone is well. I want to apologise for my absence. Got a lot to deal with in real life. Never apologise for your real life. Never apologise for real life. I am indeed wearing my tit shorts. I do have... I bought these to mock him. And they're so comfortable that I've got 3 pairs. When we can all afford top cameras that can record beyond a visual spectrum, like more than the 10,000 frames per second, will likely solve some of these issues. Just keep repeating and recording the spectrum. I would like for there to be some breakthrough. Hey, Mike. Oh, how you doing, Mike? Oh, I guess you're stopping soon anyway, but I'm going to bounce. Catch you later, Scorpion. Yeah, I got 10 minutes left. Illness in the family, had to cut my streaming back. Hats off you for leaving Twitch. I keep considering it. Yeah, I'm not going to go back into it, but yeah, that platform, horrible. It's a case of recording at high speed. Go watch Slow-Mo Guys. They would have seen some stuff by now. You know what, Dandalf, I've been watching... I can't remember the name of the channel. It's a bunch of Australian guys just dropping heavy shit. Oh, fantastic. They make the world's biggest dart, and they drop it through like a watermelon, and then a car. I've jumped a few items there. Sent print screen, Beardo. I'll have a look after Spaghetti. I don't want to embarrass it on you. Beardo, can you add Pagey Wagey to the board for the super chat? Sorry, Pagey Wagey. Right, now I got a full screen. I can add you up here. I do apologize. I'm just so not used to this software. Like channels like that, I've been a fan of the Slow-Mo Guys since the beginning. They're really cool stuff. Yeah, obviously I watch Hell on Earth, which I would love to recommend them, but some people would probably be offended by them because they make me look like a choir boy. But I love watching Hell on Earth. There's those Australian guys just dropping heavy shit and pushing stuff down a mountain to see which will roll the furthest. They clean it all up and they do a lot of work for charity, but yeah. You watch Hell on Earth every Sunday. Do you know what, hell, I laugh watching Hell, like proper laugh. See, Dandalf, I think me I don't like doing abandons anymore. But some of the other stuff they do that's not abandoned, me and Papal could do some really funny shit. I've watched Corridor Crew. You know, my boys went to show off his Sam and Colby Wrong House epic coat and spent his £5 pocket money in the one time. it wasn't being read out. His reply, well, Beardo's a very busy man and he's kind. Hey, I appreciate you. Look at that. A kid with manners and stuff. You legend. Wrong house. Epic. Cody McAllister, fake paranormal would probably be the best, but they don't really do the abandoned anymore. So yeah, if you put an @ it'll probably highlight it, so I'll see it if you're trying to get my attention. Hell, it's brilliant. Love. So they do like the really cheap version of Top Gear and stuff. The place they went in Scotland, we drove in the daytime in a fully working car, and I was like, I can't believe they drove this. Gotta go, bud. Need food. Also, gotta finish making a video for Mr. Deacon. Is Mr. Deacon still going? Can't believe Sam Colby did that. Those poor tenants. Spooky. I think those tenants were in on it, to be fair. They must have been exchanging the money. But they need to apologise to their fan base for hoodwinking them. Now, obviously, Seg's got quite a large audience. I've got quite a large audience. So Seg's already covered it and got massive views on his video. Mine will be out tomorrow. But it's basically directing people to Segs, but then I do my comedy skit with the board of right house, wrong fucking house, bullshit. Almost inspired by Dandalf and the skits he does. I'm sure I probably robbed that idea of Grant Dandalf. Top Gear stuff has been my favourite for some time now. It's filling the gap that Top... See, I don't particularly like Top Gear and the other one that they did on Prime. Never really into it. I'm not a petrol head. I'm not into cars. I don't particularly like Clarkson that much. But the Hell on Earth version of it is, you know... they're just funny. Ever play Outlast Trials? No, I didn't. I played a demo of it. And I watched Dandalf play a lot of it, or was it Purple? One or the other of them, and I was like, I don't want to play it now because I've watched it all. Yeah, it's not even that I don't like Clarkson because of his political views or whatever nonsense he's got involved. It's none of that. The guy just goes through me, and I don't know why. I think it's because when I was a kid, I just didn't like Top Gear as a kid because it used to be quite a snobby program, and my dad watched it all the time. And Clarkson, and who's the other guy with the slick back hair? They were the snobbiest on there, and I didn't like it. We want Baldo. You should do it with a bald head. I painted my bald head white, though, didn't I? To change into a clown. Top Gear, Mythbusters, nearly had a crossover episode. That would have been fun. The early days Top Gear just about the cars, yeah. I think it put me off. At work, just wanted to pop in and say, gotta run off to a meeting. Hello, Beardo, and bye. Later, Davey. Appreciate you, brother. Been watching Devil in Disguise about John Wayne Gacy. Did you know he could have been avoided if he hadn't been released? Yeah. As is the case for a lot of them. A lot of them could have been caught much earlier, or were caught much earlier. And then the opposite can be said. Some of them have been caught because a taillight was out. You saw Top Gear when they did the trips. The rest bored me. Yeah, did you see yesterday's chat? We were talking for 2.5. Yeah, I was out. Yeah, I just didn't have the stream open. I was trying to fix whatever was going wrong with my software, and it just won't fix. Although I do like the idea of going live and just people jumping on if they want to jump on, like Kenny jumping on there. That was cool. Mr. Bean on Top Gear. See, I used to watch. I did watch it when they had the racetrack. I don't know if they still got the racetrack. I don't even think it's still on. They had Gambon's Corner and stuff. I used to watch that element of it, watching the celebrities tear around the racetrack. I like that. It was always on a channel called Dave. Julie, when will Beardo do the judge thing? Yeah, I've got it. I can't do it without OBS because I spent hours and hours trying to get the OBS to work. Then programming it all, and then when it didn't go live, I'm not spending hours and hours and hours again on a different broadcasting software to try and put everything in. Top Gear and GT are no longer. Top Gun finished with the trio left and GT. I thought Top Gun was still going with like Matt LeBlanc and some others. Right now I'm using StreamYard and I couldn't even get my camera on in the beginning. But as soon as I can get OBS to work properly, I'll get a stream in for the Paranormal Court. You know, can you export your settings in OBS and then just reload it? Yeah, somebody said that earlier. I don't know how to do it though. I'll Google it. I'll Google that tomorrow. Rowan Atkinson can actually drive. I thought you just sat on the top of the car doing that. Yeah, OBS still saying I'm blocked from streaming. Appreciate that, Tough. I might have to take you up on it because I can't work it out. Don't understand. TG finished with the trio left. What came after has been erased from my memory. Didn't Flintoff have something to do with it as well? I mean, I never really watched any of it. I watched bits of it. It was one of those things that was always on at my mates' houses, but they'd shout at me because I was talking over it. Can't believe the American TG went for 7 seasons. Did it? I didn't know they had an American one. He's a massive petrol head. Who's a massive petrol head? Flintoff crashed and messed his face up. Did he? Oh, it ended because of... Oh, shit. I didn't know that. Because Flintoff's... Was he a cricketer? Did you ever watch the episode of The Blind Guide? No. Surely not. Surely not. I don't know if Patel was winding me up though, but apparently Patel told me that Stevie Wonder somehow has got a driver's license, and I don't know if he was winding me up. But 9 times out of 10, when I question Patel because I think he's been an idiot, it turns out that he was telling the truth. You still drive a Ford Probe? Jesus! Mickey's poster doing a Discord. I'll have a look. Because I've done a few different ways to fix it and nothing's working. Nearly ripped his face off. Ooh. Wayne. That was probably winding you up. But there is a theory around the internet for years that Stevie Wonder isn't actually blind. Of course he is. Stevie Wonder can see. He's just technically... Yeah, I mean, my mate Jason, not suitable for mum. Technically, he's registered blind, but he can see... Sort of see. Yeah, a lot of people are not like... It's just nothing or black. A lot of people have got some vision, but depends on what spectrum he's got. Oprah gave Stevie Wonder a car. How do you know he's blind? He's always got sunglasses on, so you don't know if he's staring right at you. Fact. I mean, he's the only guy that should be wearing sunglasses indoors. GTI. That's fucking Muppets. Hubby is legally blind and he can just see shadows. He says it's like reverse photos. Stevie Wonder sees an ebony and ivory. Oh my fucking god. Chris Banks, you have won the chat for the night. It's suspicious Stevie Wonder caught a falling mic stand. Have you never seen Daredevil? He's in tune with his hearing and his sense of smell and vibrations. He's in waveforms. Come on. Elgato are aware of a Stream Deck issue. My Stream Deck's fine. There was an update on the Stream Deck and I took it back because it wasn't very good. Hey, Super Sorrel. How are you doing? Good to see you. Super Sorrel's just turned up in the chat there. Way back when I first started my collection channel, Super Sorrel was the reason I started YouTube. Because he used to unbox Marvel Legends, mystery boxes, and horror figures. He got me into NECA, Marvel Legends, and mystery boxes. So a lot of this shit around here is Super Sorrel's fault. That's why I can't have nice things, because I keep buying toys because of Super Sorrel. That's not technically true, because I would have bought a lot of it anyway. But when I saw people doing it on YouTube, I went nuts. I went nuts with it. Super Sorrel, I still watch you. Look what I got. Hashtag Super Sorrel's fault. Yeah, obviously I was watching you long before the lockdowns and stuff. But then there were videos from years ago when the lockdowns happened. I went back to the beginning and stuff. So yeah, Super Sorrel was a massive, massive influence on me doing YouTube content. My original channel was shit. It was awful. But it was fun, and I met some amazing people through it. The Funko Pop community were incredible. Hashtag Super Sorrel's fault. That's amazing. Do you still do the podcast? Oh, what's the Irish guy's name? I spoke to him all the time. I can't remember his name. The Irish guy, he's got a breathing tube now. I remember your pop channel back in the day. It was awful, wasn't it? I cause carnage in the Funko Pop community like I do in the paranormal community when people were flipping pops and stuff. Not if you want to buy 2 pops and sell one on for a profit because they're worth money, I ain't got much of a problem with that. It was the guys that were seeing their house burned down 3 weeks in a row to get 3 lots of gifts sent to them. And I found out about it. And I caused carnage. And a few of the guys, a lot of the people were very supportive of what I was doing. I was outing basically theft. This has happened to me. I've lost my collection. Everyone's sending gifts, and then we were finding them on eBay. So I outed them. But a lot of people got pissed off with me when he tried to shout at me on a live stream, and I called him a fat-tongued wanker because he had a lisp. I was half drunk, and he was pissing me off with a feel sorry for me story, so I just had to insult him. Thought your first channel was opening boxes of stuff. Action figures, Funko Pops, mystery boxes, comic book reviews. That was my first channel, yeah. Even before Twitch, that was my first thing. Cujo, thank you very, very much. Right, we've gone over, chat. We've gone over. Damn, Beano. I mean, yeah, but he was a fat-tongued prick, wasn't he? Stealing. Beano's debunked people before he started debunking. Listen, look at what I do here, and then look at what I used to do in my real life. Bouncer, bailiff. I've always been an asshole. Gotta be honest, it's been awesome watching the rise of this channel for sure. I watch most time, if not all of your uploads on the paranormal. Yeah, I've seen your comments on like the Shotzi and stuff, because much like you, wrestling, and we've got so many of the same interests. I mean, obviously there were certain videos of yours I'd drop a like on back in the day when you're going out with your little one and buying the stuff for her. I'd drop a like on it and then I'd watch it. I didn't really watch it. I'd drop a like and I'd leave it on and go in the kitchen and do stuff because Disney princesses are not for me. Mystery box is fun. Open a mystery box. The Walking Dead figures. Got a Daryl season 4 figure. The last mystery box I bought was the NECA horror mystery box. I paid £80-something for it. You know, some of them are back there. They've put the shipping up to that now for $200. I think I had the last box before they realised that I paid 80 quid for 13 or 12 NECA figures. And some of them are worth a fortune. Brilliant. Dandalf, appreciate you. I'm going to be ending in a second. So, thank you, a lovable asshole. Thank you. So, I appreciate all you guys for hanging out with me tonight. It was a lot of fun having Kenny on. Maybe we'll do this again. Maybe we should do some random streams where we get some guests on. We've had Dandalf on. We've had Kenny on. Maybe we could get some of the collecting community and stuff on. Get Jason on and look what I got. Yeah. I don't know how much of a difference that would be because it'll just be me and nerds talking about nerd stuff. But yeah, sometimes these random ones are really fun. Love Kenny, so smart. Kenny is very, very, very fun. So obviously the board, I will be taking a photograph of this. We'll set up a channel, and every Tuesday and Sunday, a picture of the board will go into Discord. So I appreciate all of you. I don't have an ending screen or anything, so I'm literally just going to be... I'm going to have to build this StreamYard shit properly. Right, appreciate you all. Have yourself a good evening. Tomorrow's video is going to be a mixture of Sam and Colby, Mind Seed, and somebody sent me real paranormal footage, and it was absolute bullshit. So they're getting torn apart for wasting my time. Thursday's video is a paranormal investigation with me and my nephew Dan, where I think I may have captured something. And there's going to be an extra video on Saturday, and I've got to do a community video for all the stuff that you guys have sent me. Appreciate you all. How do I end this shit on you? Wait. Media assets, is that it? Yeah, that's it. Much love to you all. Beardo out. It's not my fault. I don't use StreamYard ever. I haven't even got a screen to do the ghost joke. This is ridiculous. How did the ghost make her eyes pop? Mascara. Mascara. Get it? Right. Bye.